Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is well. Um, yeah, guys, I am back, and the Lord has been speaking to me and just downloading so much into me. And one thing I would like to share with you is the fact that I am so sorry. It's the fact that there are times that God asks us to do something, and it's not really a comfortable situation all the time. But always trust that God has gone before you. Whatever He asks you to do, He's gone before you. So I do have an example. God is not here to just throw you into danger and oh well, whatever happens, happens. When He let Daniel go to the lion's den, He knew He could shut the mouth of the lions. And when Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego to the fiery furnace, He knew He would be able to keep them. So sometimes God asks us to do things out of our comfort zones, guys, and it's tough, I'm not gonna lie, but it's always best to be obedient, so just trust God, that He's gone before you in the situation, and always be available. Availability is important to me. So when I was like, oh my goodness, these things actually happen, and they were really telling me oh, they'll act like you have it, and I'm like, no, I really haven't. Not saying my thing will be yours, but I really haven't. So the girl was like, oh well, you must be Jesus. And I'm like, oh no, I'm not Jesus. And she was like, oh, you must be Mary then. I was like, no, I'm not Mary. Why would you call me that? Even though that was a confirmation for me too. But she was like, yeah, you perfect, you must be Mary. I'm like, no, it doesn't mean I'm perfect just because I didn't do what you did. And Mary wasn't perfect. Mary was just available. God saw her, and He had favor with her because of the way she was, not because she was perfect, but because she was available. So that was a compliment. I guess she was trying to mock me. At the same time, this ties into He will use your enemies. Even though she wasn't an enemy, only enemy I have is Satan. No matter who Satan uses, the person is still not my enemy, but Satan is. So when she was saying it in the way, but now the name stuck, and she calls me Mary now. So Mary is no different from me if I decide to follow God with all my heart and be available and be ready for Him to use me. So God had to use me in that moment to stand against whatever they were saying, and no, guys, not that I'm perfect, or not that I haven't done my own thing before, but this is not right. So God also would have you in the supermarket or at work, in a workplace. You're not supposed to talk about that stuff, but God is always going to go before you. When He asks you to do something, always be ready. So He's been working on me with that, to tell this person this. I'm I'm not going to judge this person's parenting. That's offensive to people. Or I'm not gonna diss, and you can't be afraid to offend more than you want to serve God. God is not sending you to offend, and God is just sending you to tell the truth. And if the person is offended, He has gone before you, to deal with the situation. So trust God in all ways. I just wanted to say that. Always be ready for use. Always be available. Let's not think this is I don't know if you think this is not about us. This is all about God. To God be the glory. Even the blessings, all of it is about God. For his glory. We do know. So yeah, I was just like, wow. And when you are obedient to God in those uncomfortable situations, like, how am I going to say this? Holy Spirit, help me speak. He will show you that he has gone before you. So he made people really say, like, you know what, you had to say that. Don't feel bad because I do see it a certain way, and you open my eyes to this. And it's not always gonna be like that. Some people can be against it, but as long as God is for you, who can be against you? So yes, guys, are you available for God to use in any situation? Are you available for him to talk to that woman that you would never talk to? Or are you available for him to use you at work, or in the doctor's office, in the library where you're supposed to be quiet? Jesus always did things not always super by the book. Like, he healed on the Sabbath. Not really a rebel in breaking the rules, but he cared more about people in the ultimate goal than rules. So yeah, let God use you. Thank you for watching this video. Yeah, so bye guys.